Welcome to the Fireside Chat for Fitness and Nutrition with Adrienne and Ken. Today we're going to be talking about exercises to help reduce stress and also how to avoid stress eating during the holidays. Ken, would you like to kick us off?
I would, yes. So, things that reduce stress are one of the things that reduces stress is deep breathing. The more oxygen you get in your body, the more it relaxes you. So I like to call it what's called box breathing. And what you'll do is you'll sit tall. You can either do this laying down too, or sitting. So you can go, or standing, by the way. So all you'll do is you'll breathe in through your nose for a count of, it's count of 5. Then you hold it for a count of 5. Then blow out through your mouth, count of 5, and then hold it for a count of 5. And then just repeat that box. Repeat that box in 2 to 3 to 5 times. And that does relax you. As a matter of fact, this is something that I do before I go to bed every night or as I'm laying in bed. And by the time I'm done, I'm like, I'm out. So it really does relax you. And it fills you full of oxygen, gets you relaxed. It really works. So that's one technique. Another one is progressive muscle relaxation.
Yeah.
And what that is, let's say, for instance, you're laying down or again, standing or seated. You start at a certain area so you can get all your muscles. Let's say you start at your feet and you contract your feet, your toes. You're kind of ball your toes up as if you're making a fist with your toes, and then relax. And then you kind of point your toes and then relax. Then lift your toes up, then relax. Then go ahead and straighten your knees and then relax. And then try and curl your knees and then relax. Now squeeze your glutes, then relax, and pull your stomach in. So you can see what I'm doing here. I'm starting from the bottom and going all the way up. Mm-hmm. So that is a relaxation technique that deals with stress. Get all the muscles, pump the blood back up into the heart, and you'll be good. So that's another technique. I wanted to show you three stretches to relieve stress in your neck, because that's where a lot of us carry our tension. And the first one is the scaling. So the scaling is the side of the neck here. And what you'll do is you'll sit tall and in good posture. Take one hand, put it over the top of the head, and gently pull the ear to the shoulder. And that's going to get the muscles on the side of the neck. You want to hold this stretch for 20 to 30 seconds, or maybe even up to a minute. But what's important here is you don't pull it too hard. It's just with the weight of your arm. So you could actually pull a neck muscle. If you pull too hard, you don't want to go too far. And stretching should never be painful. And then you can do both sides as well. So that's the one, scaling. The levator, which is a muscle that goes from the neck down to the medial superior attachment of the scapula. So what you'll do is you'll keep this shoulder down, as with the other stretch too. Keep this shoulder down. Turn your chin towards your armpit, and then drop your chin towards your armpit. And then you can reach up with the hand over the top of the head and gently, again, same thing, same protocol, gently pull with just the weight of your arm. And then you'll feel this stretch going down here and down into kind of closer to your spine. And the first one was on the side of your neck. This one's on the closer to the spine and down into your scapula. So that's the levator. And then the upper trapezius, which is this big muscle that goes from the shoulder to the neck, along the side of the neck down to the shoulder. And what you'll do, it's an interesting stretch. So what you'll do is you'll go ahead and tilt to the side, and then you'll turn your chin to the opposite side. So what you're doing is you're elongating this muscle here on this side. So you'll first you get your levator, and then you'll go ahead and you're scaling. And then you'll turn, and then you put your hand over the top of your head and gently pull kind of the back side of your head towards your armpit. At the same time, you're lifting your chin up towards the ceiling. And that's going to get your upper trapezius right here. So those three stretches will really relieve the stress in your neck. Because we all carry, or most of us carry, a lot of us carry stress in that area. So that will help relieve that. And then another good stress relieving thing is walking. Walking releases endorphins. It helps with cardiovascular, pumps the blood around your system, your body, it gives you oxygen, and it can give you time away from family too. If you're in stressful situations, it can help with that as well. So it's a good overall. Anybody can do it. You just need a pair of tennis shoes to do it, and very affordable. You can even go in the snow. It really is no excuse unless it's a storm outside. If it's a hurricane, don't go walking outside. But other than that, there's no reason why you can't go walking. If it's hot, take water with you. If it's cold, bundle up, but go walking.
Mhm.
What do you think, Adrienne? Do you have any questions?
Agreed. Oh my gosh, I love walking because you can just do that anywhere. I had no idea how many ways you could stretch the neck. And part of it was all Greek to me, the little
Oh,
Baker, like attaching to the meat. But I got like a C+ in like anatomy, guys. So don't listen to
ah,
me about that kind of stuff.
you're good. You're good.
But that's pretty great because people can sit in the car or anywhere and like just think about like how much, what does a human head weigh? 8, 10 pounds, something like that. It's like a bowling ball, you
It
know?
is.
Our
It
neck is
is.
doing a
And
lot.
yep, it does. And every time, for every inch that we go forward, it increases the weight on the stress on the neck by 7 pounds. So by the time you're at like, down here like this, it's the weight of the head, according to the muscles in the neck, is almost 60 to 70 pounds. So it's a lot of stress. And if you were to stretch those muscles out, it'll help with posture too. So,
Oh my gosh, everybody's like looking at their phones all the time. They're putting what,
oh,
50, 60 extra pounds of pressure on their neck then?
yeah, over time, that's going to cause problems. That is going to cause problems. So you want to stay away from that. Just go like this.
Yeah.
Or if you're gonna look down at a phone, you can maybe kind of go like this, where you've got your elbows on your thighs,
Yeah.
and you're going like this, and you just see my head's in line with my spine now. It's not looking down like this. So that's one way you can do it.
I think this could be another topic. Safe spine while social media. Something
Could be.
put that
Yeah,
down.
yeah, I like it.
Okay, so you have a couple of different ideas for reducing your stress during the holidays. I'm also going to teach you how to deal with stress eating and emotional eating during the holidays,
Oh, good.
because while they are a time for joy and connection and celebration, they are also kind of filled with stress, sometimes emotional triggers. And of course, we're just surrounded by food. And so this just very easily can lead to stress eating and emotional eating too. As a registered dietitian nutritionist, I know, and a fellow human, I know how easy it is to turn to food for comfort during these times. But fortunately, with some of these more mindful strategies, you can break that cycle and approach the holidays with a healthier mindset around food, and also feel like you're starting the next year off better, because we're not just, giving in and getting another 5 pounds and making all of our health issues worse. The first thing, though, it's awareness always. We have to understand the root of our emotional eating. So it could be feelings of loneliness or anxiety or just the pressure to be happy all the time. And that can lead to overeating. And so it's important to identify where this hunger is coming from. Is it coming from a psychological or emotional place, or a feeling of like, actually need to fuel my body right now? So you might want to ask yourself, like, am I truly hungry, or am I trying to distract myself from what I'm feeling? Do I need a hug? Do I need some time to myself? Am I feeling like I need to be around some friends or call a friend? Once you're aware of these triggers, you can take some steps to address them in healthier ways, such as deep breathing, like Ken mentioned, journaling. You can even just do that in your notes, part of your phone. Again, keeping a good posture is important, or taking a walk. So planning ahead and setting boundaries is number 2. So you're identifying where the stress eating is coming from, the emotional eating is coming from. You can also plan ahead and set boundaries. So it's important, especially when it's like holiday parties. You can plan ahead by having either a meal or a snack that has protein, healthy fats, and fiber, so that when you arrive and there are plates of brownies and cookies and everything, appetizers, sweets, you're just able to say, all right, I told myself I'm only going to eat my favorite treats. I'm not going to just try everything because it's there. If you feel like you're pressured to drink more than you're comfortable with, you can just politely say no. That way you can still go home feeling like you didn't overdo it. Another key part of this is just practicing mindful eating, and just being mindful in general is important, but this involves slowing down and paying attention to the food that we're eating, as well as recognizing when we're actually full. So when you are at a holiday meal or maybe a holiday party, just take a moment to appreciate the color, the sense, the flavors of your food. You can put your fork down in between bites just to give yourself a chance to actually like chew and enjoy each mouthful. And that can make your foods more satisfying so that you're less likely to require more or go up for that second plate. If you are tuning into your body's hunger and fullness cues, you can make more conscious decisions about how much you eat. So you can tell, like, oh, there's a pillow in my stomach right now. Now it feels like a brick. I've really started to eat too much. And this helps us to prevent stress or emotions from dictating our portions. Another thing that I've already kind of alluded to is finding healthier coping mechanisms. Because the holiday season is particularly overwhelming, especially when it comes to old family dynamics or financial pressure or stress of the season. This is a time where turning to food for comfort is not the best idea, and we just need to find other ways to deal with the stress. And this can be things like meditation or yoga, as Ken mentioned, a brisk walk, because this physical activity can release endorphins, improve your mood, reduce your stress, make you feel more confident in dealing with family interactions. And it also is self-care. So this is a great thing to do. I mean, you can do the exercise component, but you could also take a bath or curl up with a good book, have some tea with that, spend some time with the loved ones who uplift you. All of those are healthier coping mechanisms than just diving into a pan of brownies, for example. And as I've mentioned before, staying hydrated, though it's not a food, is really important because it's overlooked when it comes to stress management or emotional eating. And yet it does play a crucial role in helping us keep balanced, because dehydration can be mistaken for hunger. And then that leads to unnecessary snacking. A lack of sleep can lead to increased cravings for sugary, high calorie foods. So definitely making a point to sleep well. And just remembering to be kind to yourself. We usually think of like the holiday season, like be kind to others, buy gifts, but it's also important to be compassionate and kind to yourself during the holiday season. And if emotional eating happens, it's not the end of the world if you overindulge. So what really matters here is that you don't let one slip up, spiral into like guilt or shame and perpetuate the cycle. I usually say something like, don't let a slip up become a slide. Don't let a slip up slide. So this holiday season, remember that food is meant to be enjoyed. It doesn't have to be a coping mechanism for stress. So just being mindful of your emotions, planning ahead, finding healthy ways to manage holidays pressures, you can break free from the cycle of stress eating and savor the season's joys purely. There we go. What do you think? Any
Excellent.
questions?
They're great. No, they're great ideas.
I actually
Great
just
point.
feel more relaxed talking about it.
I'm glad. Yeah,
Maybe I'll go take a walk after this.
I know. I'm looking forward to the holidays now.
Well, please let us know in the comments what, if anything, that we've mentioned has worked for you. If you've tried something else, we would love to hear about that, whether it's the stress management in terms of physical activity, or you saying, oh, definitely sleep has helped me so much last Thanksgiving. We would love to hear it. Also, please like and subscribe. And if you like the work that we're putting out, please consider supporting our channel through the link below. Let me slow myself down. We'll see you all next week. Take care.
Bye.